In today's vlog, I'm going to talk about a screenwriting course that I took during the summer. The name of the course is called Writing the Short. It's conducted by John Warren, a professor at New York's Tisch School of Arts, and he shared valuable information on how to write the short and how to move the story forward and how to put in things and framework required to make a story as successful and interesting as compelling and interesting as possible. So writing the short is a 5-week course, and each week different sections of the course will open up. And the first week it's more of an introduction, and he talks about the goal and what is how to bring an idea, how to change an idea into a story format. That's what happens in the first week. And he shares an interesting story about the time Disney had a bad idea, which is interesting as well. And in week 2, that's when you start diving into the course where he starts talking about log lines, the protagonist, the antagonist, the objective, the obstacles and the conflicts. And at the end of the week, there'll be a short project where you have to write a log line about the idea that you have. A log line, every great movie has a dramatic core that can be summed up in 1 or 2 sentences. This short, compelling summary is called a log line. And in the 3rd week, he instructs you on how to write a compelling pitch for your story. And he also touches on the inner need and flaws and the ultimate test and resolution for the protagonist, all the components that can make a story more interesting and compelling. In week 4, he talks about beat sheet. So what is a beat sheet? So everybody knows that a story comprises of Act 1, Act 2 and Act 3. Act 1 is the beginning, Act 2 is the middle, and Act 3 is the ending of the movie. That's where the climax of the movie is. Before you even start writing a screenplay, you have to fill out a beat sheet. Once you fill up the beat sheet, you will have a blueprint of the entire story, but this is not written in ink. You can always change it as you start writing the screenplay. You'll be able to see how these characters grow and where the story is going to go. That will help you understand what are the most important scenes and adjust accordingly. So week 5, the final week, is when he starts touching on the screenplay itself, where he talks about the dialogue, of how to write dialogues for the screenplay, how to convert your beat sheet into a screenplay, and he also talks about formatting the screenplay and then rewriting your screenplay to make it better, then how to get feedback. And John also touches on copywriting, like how you can protect your writing and get a copyright protection. Those are the things that can be found in the screenwriting course. He does give a lot of valuable advice and shares his valuable experience on writing a story and how you can see how
1 hour later
on writing a story and how to writing a story, writing a protagonist, writing an antagonist, the objective, the inner flaw and outer flaw. But on an overall basis, it's a great course for any beginners to get involved in the screenwriting process. And on top of that, it's free, and anyone can sign up and start learning. So once you have written your screenplay, you can send over to the team at Young Screenwriters, and they will help you provide some feedback on your screenplay. For those people who are listening and who don't understand the story, what is a log line or what's the antagonist or the protagonist, the protagonist is also known as the hero, the good guy, where he's your main character whom you follow across the entire movie. So the protagonist has to be compelling, and there can only be one protagonist. The protagonist will be the one to drive the story forward. Every good protagonist has a flaw. The antagonist, also known as the villain, keeps the protagonist away from their objective. The antagonist may not be a big monster. Like one great example that he shared was in the movie Up, where the protagonist wants to bring his house to the Paradise Place, Paradise Island. The antagonist is a small Scout's boy, who's keeping the protagonist from getting what he wants. Every movie needs to have an objective. Without an objective, you don't have a movie. As simple as that. The objective must be very unattainable, something that the hero wants but he can't get it straight away. And it has to be very specific and tangible. The protagonist can't touch it. The objective should be specific and tangible. So what is the pitch for a screenplay? Every good screenwriter will be able to sum up his entire story in 15 minutes. That's what we call a pitch. So when you meet a producer, you should be pitching your story. So it has to be like a 15-minute storytelling session where the producer is able to understand the entire story and without reading the screenplay. Inner flaw and needs. So every protagonist wants an objective. So that's how the movie is formed. But every protagonist will have an inner flaw. For example, Inception, where Leonardo DiCaprio's inner flaw is his ex-wife, and his need is to get back to his kids. Though the objective of the movie is to plant the idea in someone's brain, but Leonardo DiCaprio has his own need as well. By the end of the film, the protagonist's inner need should be met. So Leonardo DiCaprio at the end of the movie ends up meeting his children. So the inner need has been met. The flaws are resolved by the end of the film as well. Everything that I've said so far, these are not hard written rules, and they can be broken at any time. So those are the things that I've learned from this screenwriting course. Do let me know in the comment if you have any question, and if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more of my video, subscribe and hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. Hit the subscribe button and the bell icon if you want to see more of my video. And don't forget to share this video.